Sydney businesses are increasingly fed up with the latest round of industrial threats from the Trains Union and have launched a legal bid to stop it. One of those is Craig Laundy from Laundy Hotels. Craig, so nice to see you. You've said the unions are playing Russian roulette. Explain what you mean by that.
Well, they've got the world watching us on New Year's Eve, and literally the world watching it. So the best marketing campaign free of charge. We lead every bulletin in the rest of the world with the fireworks. And they are dead set threatening to ruin that. And the uncertainty sitting around it is so much so that we've been compelled to enter the Fair Work Commission and lodge a Section 426 application so that we have some certainty. Certainty on a few fronts, Trudy. One, our staff can get to it. Two, our customers can get there. And we've taken money in good faith, bookings in good faith. And we're just asking for the opportunity to service them in good faith. And I don't think we're being unreasonable.
You have a big footprint right across Sydney. What impact would it have if these strikes are able to go ahead?
Massive. We would literally be the laughing stock of the world. And as I said, we lead every major newscast on New Year's Day with the fireworks over the Opera House and the Harbour Bridge. And if they weren't to go on, and the police commissioner is absolutely well within her rights to say, if we can't get the people out of Sydney post-closing, nothing good happens in the streets. We don't have enough police to police it. We need the public transport system to get people out of the city post-revelling on the night in an orderly fashion.
You heard Premier Chris Minns earlier this hour. It seemed to me he's playing hardball with the unions here, saying they're not going to cave to the demand. To do so would mean every year, at this time of year, you get these sort of demands. Do you think he's been strong enough in terms of this is not the first union to have a brawl in the last few months with the New South Wales government? How do you rate how he's been dealing with the unions?
Trudy, as you know, I'm not on his political side of the fence. I'm a card-carrying Liberal Party. However, he's been outstanding. Him and his team have been outstanding. They're staring this down. You've got some bloke that no one knows. You couldn't pick the boss of this union out in a lineup. No one in New South Wales could. And they're using this opportunity to make an ambered claim, and he's held firm. The question I've got for Murray Watt, and I think his surname is quite appropriate, is where are you? What are you doing? I mean, why would you let Chris Minns and his team do this alone? You are talking about a marketing event for the country across the rest of the world. If ever there was a chance for the federal government to get involved, it would be here. They should be joining Chris Minns and his team and us as businesses in the CBD of Sydney and staring these people down against their ambered claim. 32% pay increase over the next 4 years. I mean, fair income. Are you serious? Honestly, I don't agree with Labor politicians often, but Chris Minns has got our complete and utter support.
What happens if tomorrow it's, if the Fair Work Commission intervenes and this can't go ahead? What about that level of uncertainty? As you say, if you're living in Sydney, how do you know whether you can get a train in the next couple of days? It's unclear. What does that do to your businesses?
Trudy, the risk we run is not just the uncertainty around people being able to get there, but also staff. And what it does is throw absolute economic uncertainty. The one thing I can assure you of is we are prepared to cater for these people. We've incurred great costs to do it. Stock on hand, perishable food, you name it. We're ready to go, but we can't have the uncertainty, which is why we've lodged this action. And for this union to pull this on this most important day, it is the biggest day in the city's hospitality calendar. There will be hundreds of thousands of people from around New South Wales and Australia. I did a piece for the ABC yesterday, and I had two people watching me, and I joked with them. I said, "You're next up here." They were from the UK. They come here, amongst other things, to Australia, and they were sitting there saying, "Are they really going to do this?" I mean, this hurts our standing on the world stage. They have massively overplayed their hand, and Chris Minns and his team are calling them out, as are Trudy businesses like ours throughout New South Wales.
Well, Craig, it would be remiss of me as a former federal MP and minister not to ask you about the looming federal election. What do you rate Peter Dutton's chances come whenever we head to the polls?
Well, Trudy, it's fair to say that the old adage is that oppositions don't win, governments lose. And although is doing his best day in and day out to make that a truism. I think Peter and the team are doing an outstanding job. I know Michaelia Cash, my former colleague, and I was a minister in the industrial relations space, has called out the federal government to get involved in this stoush. But yet again, it's another instance of they seem to be sitting on their hands, and I don't understand why. The more that they pick the wrong side, the losing side of arguments, the more uncertain the election outcome becomes for them. And to be honest, the more certain it looks like Dutz is doing his best to get there. Good luck to him and all my old teammates.
Yeah, you might have left politics, Craig, but I think you still know how to deliver a message. Thanks so much for your time. Good luck. All the best. Hopefully you get the right outcome here.
Trudy, thank you. Merry Christmas to you and all your viewers.